triggers. So we have seen a couple of before triggers examples. Now let's go to the after triggers. Okay, so now let's go to opportunity. So I have opportunity record, and then in opportunity we have opportunity stage, right? So whenever opportunity stage is changed to closed one, I want to create a child record of this opportunity. So we got opportunity line item as the child of opportunity, or if we have any other child and parent relationship with the opportunity, just I want to create another child record. I want to create a child record under this opportunity. Whenever opportunity move to closed one, that is my requirement. Okay, so let me create quickly uh, a child record under opportunity. That means first I need to have a child object, right? So create new object. Let's give this one opportunity child. So now create a relationship. Click on new button. Okay, so I have created one object that is called opportunity child, that is in relationship with the opportunity, right? So that is in relationship with the opportunity. I have created one child record, so child object that is called opportunity child. So what is my requirement? So whenever an opportunity is created, so whenever an opportunity is created with the closed one, whenever an opportunity is created with closed one, I want to create a child record with this opportunity. Okay, so let's create this. Go to file, new, apex trigger, trg11 on opportunity. So it should be before insert or after insert. So it should be after insert. Why? I will tell you. So after insert of any opportunity record, for each opportunity, go in trigger.new, if o dot stage name equals to closed one, then I need to create a child record automatically with the parent ID, right? So I have to create a child record under this parent. So opportunity child, new opportunity child, oc.name equals to o.name, oc.opportunity underscore c equals to o.id, and then insert opportunity child. So you can remove this insert statement from inside the for loop. That's not a problem. Just you can take one more list, and then you can eliminate the DML statement. So list of opportunity child, new list of opportunity child, and then opportunity child list dot add OC, and then update opportunity child list. Okay. So here what I'm doing, so while you are creating any opportunity, I'm checking if the stage name is closed one or not. If it is closed one, then here I'm creating a child record under this opportunity child. So opportunity child name will be the same name of the opportunity name, and in the opportunity child we have relationship with the opportunity, right? That API name is opportunity underscore c. So whatever opportunity record is created, so I'm giving that ID because the relationship fields will work with IDs only, right? If there is any relationship field, we have to give the ID. So just I'm giving parent ID here, the opportunity ID, and then here I have to keep insert, right? So insert this opportunity list, insert the opportunity list, opportunity child list. Okay. So now let's click on save. Go to opportunity and then create any opportunity here. Stage name is closed one. So if you click on save button, okay. So now let's go to opportunity child and then see. If any opportunity child record has been created or not. So I can see one opportunity child record created with the same name of opportunity, that is test opportunity. Now we can see test opportunity here, and then see with the relationship of opportunity record here. The child record has been created under this opportunity. So if I keep here before insert, what will happen? Will you get the ID of the record before insert? You don't. So before insert means it is not yet inserted into the database, just before inserting into the database, right? So how will you get the ID of the record before it is inserting into the database? Once the record is inserted, then only will get the record ID, right? The 15 digits record ID once it is inserted only. So if you keep here before insert, this code won't work. You won't get the ID here because you won't get the ID of the record before it is inserting into the database. So after inserting only, you will get the ID, right? That's why I used here after insert event to get the ID of the inserted opportunity, and then keeping that ID in the child record. Okay, so now here I want to do the same for after update also. After insert and after update. That means suppose this is my opportunity. Okay, this is my opportunity with prospecting. So while we are changing this from prospecting to closed one, then I want to create a child record. Okay, so I want to do the same for after update also. So if you change the stage to closed one, then only I want to create a child record. Okay, so I need to compare the stages. Suppose if it is closed one, and then if I click on save button, the child should be created. Okay, so again if I click on edit, and then if I click on save, again one more child will be created because the stage is already closed one. So I'm giving the condition, if stage equal to closed one, then the childs will keep generating something like this. So let's go with the after update this time. So after update of any opportunity, after update of any opportunity. So if stage name equal to closed one, so it is creating a child record here. Okay, let's try this. Save it, and then let's go to opportunity. Now opportunity stage, suppose something like prospecting, and then you won't see anything because it is not closed one. Now let me make opportunity as closed one, and then save it, and then go to your opportunity child object and reload the page. You can see one more test opportunity created. Now again go to opportunity, and then again click on edit. So I'm making some other changes here, something, and then if I click on save button, again one more child record will be created because the stage is already closed one, right? Just I'm checking if stage equal to closed one. So if the stage equal to closed one, and then keep adding the child records. So now I'm giving stage equal to closed one, and then click on save. Now we can go to child record and reload the page. Now we can see one more test opportunity. Again go to opportunity and click on edit. So I'm doing updations, click on save. So go to child record and reload the page. Now we can see one more child record is created. That means whenever you are updating the opportunity record, if stage equal to closed one, then it is keep generating the child records. That's right. So I have written the code something like this. If stage name equal to closed one, then it is keep adding the child records. But how many times you update this record with the stage equal to closed one, that many child records are generating. So it is something wrong, right? So it should not create those child records always every time you edit this record. So I have to check the stages. So now it is already in closed one, so we don't need to create the repeated child records. Once it is already in closed one, stage, so you don't need to create the repeated child records. So I have to put one check here. So previous stage if a previous stage not equals to closed one, and if current stage equals to closed one, if current stage equals to closed one, then only I should create the child record. So how should I check the previous stage and the current stage? How should I check the stage? Where the previous values will be stored? In trigger.world, the previous values will be stored, right? So I have to compare the trigger.world values and trigger.new values. Trigger.world values and trigger.new values I have to compare. If trigger.world value not equals to closed one and trigger.new value is closed one, then only the child record should get created. Understand? So if I put like this, every time it will create the child record if stage name equal to closed one. But I want to compare the previous stage and current stage. If the stage picklist value if you are changing and if the current stage name equal to closed one, then only I have to create the child record. So I have to compare the old ones and the new ones. So if you want to compare the old values, so where the old values will be stored? Trigger.old map. In trigger.old map, the old values will be stored, right? The previous values. So trigger.old map dot get off wo.id. ID will be the same, right? Dot stage name not equals to closed one and wo dot stage name equals to closed one. Right. So here I'm comparing if old value old record old value is not equals to closed one, and if you're changing that to closed one, that time only this logic will fire. If it is already closed one, the old value and new value is already closed one, then this logic won't fire for second time. Okay, let's test this how it will work. Go to opportunity and then create a new opportunity record. Let me give it different name. Okay, I have created a new opportunity with this name. Now edit this opportunity. Go from prospecting to closed one. So what is the old value while editing? While editing, old value is prospecting, new value is closed one. So old value and new value are not equals to same, or both are not equals. And then click on save button. Then if I go to child object, I'm going to reload the page. Now a child record has been created in the child object. That's fine. You can go to again the opportunity and click on edit. Save it. Go to child object and then reload the page. See, there is no more child objects created. Just only one time it is created. Before it is repeatedly creating, but now it is only one time. So here in this case, what is the old value? Closed one. What is the new value? It is also closed one. But here I have given check. The old value should not be closed one, and the new value should be closed one. That means old value should be something else, and you are changing that old value to closed one. So if the old value is already closed one, then this condition won't satisfy, and then it won't enter into this if condition, and the childs won't be created repeatedly. Just if you want to compare the old values of particular field and the new values, this is the way. Trigger.old map dot get of o.id. So map is always storing the records in key and value pair. We have get method. We have to give the key to the get method, and we will get the corresponding value. So here we will get the old record. So I am highlighting here something. From this highlighted part, we are getting the old record, and then dot stage name. So here we are getting old record stage name, and then this is the new stage name. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to one more example. So whenever I'm creating an account, automatically I want to create contacts and opportunities under this account. So whenever I'm creating an account, after creating an account, automatically a contact record, a default contact, and a default opportunity should get created under this account. So I'm saying after you create account, right? So you should go for after event or before event, after insert or before insert. If you go to before insert, you won't get the record ID. So definitely you have to go with here after insert, because we need to get the record ID, account ID, and we have to give that account ID in contacts and opportunities, right? Then only we can make the relationship between them. So if you want to get the inserted record ID, then we have to go with the after insert only. So let's go to file, new, Apex trigger on account. So not before insert, after insert for each account in trigger dot new contact C equals to new contact, C dot last name equals to something default contact plus A dot name, C dot account ID equals to A dot ID, and insert contact. So here I'm getting account ID, right? A dot ID, account ID, I'm giving to this relationship field on contact. So if you want to get the account ID, so you have to go with the after insert only. So opportunity O equals to new opportunity, O dot name equals to default opportunity under this account, O dot account ID equals to A dot ID, O dot stage name equals to prospecting, O dot close date equals to system dot today plus 60 days, and insert opportunity. Okay, so I can add case or if you have any child records under account, you can still create those child records here. So you can eliminate the DML statements. You know how to do that. Go to file and then save it. Okay. So go to account now and then create a new account. Gensor account. So click on save button. So this account has been saved. So now we can see there is one contact, default contact under Gensor, under opportunity, a default opportunity Gensor, right? So now you can see here itself the contact and opportunities got created under Gensor account. So we need to get the ID and then we are giving this ID to contact and opportunity. So these contact and opportunities under Gensor account. And do you remember we have lead conversion? If you go to lead object, we got one button called lead convert button. So what will happen if you convert the lead? What will happen if you convert the lead? An account record, contact and opportunity will be generated, right? So what might have written in the convert button? You can guess, right? What might have written in the convert button? You can guess, and then you can implement the same logic. Please try. So okay, let's go to the next one. Now, yesterday we have seen one example, right? The before update. So we'll do the same with the after update because if we are getting the previous values from yesterday's example. Now, whenever you're updating any account record, so whenever you're updating any account record, billing street, we have a billing address on account, right? Let's go to account. We got billing street here. So whenever you're updating the billing street field on account, I want to update the contact street. I want to update the contact corresponding contact street as well. Okay, I'm repeating once again. So whenever you are updating the account billing street, I want to update the contact. We got other street. We got other address and contact. I want to update the contact other address. And here I have to check whether you really changed the billing street or not. Suppose let's go to existing account, go to Gensor. Here I'm giving billing street as Oxford Street. Okay, and then save it. The corresponding contact should be updated to Oxford Street. So next time I'm not changing any billing street address. Here just I'm changing something, the industry, and then click on save. This time again all contacts should update or not. because we are not changing any billing state here. So why you have to update again contacts with the same? You don't need to update this time, right? So I'm changing other field. So whenever you are changing billing street, then only the corresponding contact should gets update. If you're not changing a billing state is same. The same state value is there in contact. So you don't need to update again contacts this value because we are not changing any billing state, right? So whenever you're changing the billing state value, then only the corresponding contact should be updated. That means I need to check the previous value and the current value. So if previous value and current value is the same, then I don't need to update all the contacts. If previous value and current value is changed, if previous value and current value are not same, then only I have to update the corresponding contacts. That means I have to compare the previous value and current value, something like this. If previous value is not equals to current value, just I have to put one check here. If both are not equals, then I will update all the contacts. If both are equals, why I have to update again all the contacts? Okay, let's go and write this trigger. Go to file, a new Apex trigger on account. So let me deactivate trigger number 12. I'll just comment out the code here because another account and opportunity will be created. Again, contact and opportunity will be created every time you create an account. So I ask you to put update, right? So it should be before update or after update. Why it should not be before update? So I'm changing to after update. Let me know why it should not be before update. Okay, so now I have to go with the for each account A in trigger.new. So I have to compare the old values and new values on account billing street. The old and new values are not same. So how can I compare here? Where the old values will be stored? Trigger dot
Old.
trigger dot old map dot get off a dot id dot billing street not equals to a dot billing street. Here I'm comparing old and new values. Here I'm comparing old and new values. So old value.
Don't we need to use this trigger dot new map? It's not required. Just
So already I
a
have
dot
taken
should be enough.
here trigger.new. Okay. So
Okay.
the updated record I'll get here. So this value I'm comparing with the old values. So old values will be stored in the old map. Or you can take here trigger.old as well or old map as well. So that is where you comfortable you can take that. So here I have taken trigger.old map. So actually the previous values will be stored in old map. So I'm comparing with the old values, old billing street value with the new billing street value. If both are not equals, then I have to update all the contacts here. Got it?
Yeah.
So list of contact, contact list equals to select ID, comma name, comma other address from contact where account ID equals to colon a dot id. Okay, so here for each contact, C in CON, C dot other street equals to A dot billing street, and then update contact. So here other street. Okay, so I'm updating contact other street with account billing street. Now we will test this. Go to account here. Is it saved? Yeah, it is. So here I'm giving some Oxford Street 1, and then click on save. Let's go to this contact, and then now you can see other address as Oxford Street. Right? Oxford Street 1, and time is 8:13 p.m. So last modified at 8:13 p.m. So now let's go to again the account, and then click on save without modifying it. So if it is not modifying, so it won't update, right? It should not update the contact. So if you're modifying, if old value and new value not equals to same, then only it should update the contact. So now time is 8:44, I mean 8:14 I think. So click on save, and then go to contact and just reload the page. It should not be 8:14 here. So that means it is not updated. Now time is 8:14 p.m. It is not updated. Still you can see the old value. That means it is not updated. Even you can go with the log, and then you can check the log. And now let's go to Gensor account, and then now you can see Oxford Street 2. Click on OK and then save it. Now you can go to contact and reload the page. If both values are different, right? Old value is Oxford Street 1 and the new value is Oxford Street 2. So here I am giving that check. Old record billing street is not equals to new record billing street. So now let's go to contact and reload the page. Now you can see it's displayed as Oxford Street 2, and now we can say 8:14 p.m. it is updated. Okay, so here this is not the recommended approach. This is not the best practice. You keep SOQL and DML statements. I don't stress you anymore. You know how to eliminate them, right? I can eliminate the SOQL and DML statements in a minute here, but I don't. Just I am leaving few exercises for you guys. Just eliminate the SOQL query and the DML statement from inside the for loop. You know how to do it. We have done lot of exercises. So do one thing. So you can do the same from contact to account. From contact to account. That means if any contact is updated, update the corresponding account. Again, compare the old values and the new values. If contact phone number is updated, so update the corresponding account phone number. Just do it in reverse way. And then don't keep any SOQL queries inside the for loop. I'm repeating once again. So whenever the contact phone number is updated, update the account phone number from contact to account. Okay, so do this as exercise, please. Now let's go with after delete. So before delete is for validating purpose. If you want to stop deleting any record, you can go with the before delete, or if you want to do some other operation before you are deleting any record, you can do that inside the before delete. So now let's go with after delete. So here what is my requirement? After you are deleting any account record, the corresponding contacts also should get deleted. So whenever you are deleting any account record, I want to delete the corresponding contacts. I got A1 as account. Let me create one contact under this A1 contact. So I got A1 account and then A1 contact. This is a contact, A1 contact, and then this is the A1 account. So whenever I'm deleting account, the corresponding contacts and opportunities should get deleted automatically. We'll go other way. So if you go to faculty and then course, faculty is the parent and course is the child, right? So whenever I'm deleting faculty record, the faculty teaching course should get deleted. There is no faculty to teach that course. The course also should get deleted automatically. Got my requirement. So after deleting faculty, after delete the parent record, so I want to delete the child record also. So after deleting account record, I want to delete the contacts. After deleting the faculty record, I want to delete the courses. Right? So we have to go with the after delete event, not before delete, after delete. So let's go to file, new, apex trigger, trigger number 14 on account. Now I have to go with after delete. So while deleting, I should use trigger.new or trigger.world.
At old.
I have to use trigger.world only while deleting. Okay, let me get all the contacts. List of contact list equals to select id from contact where account id in column trigger dot new map or old map. I have to use either old or old map only while you are performing delete operation. So trigger dot old map dot key set. So in key set you will get all the keys. That means all account IDs we will have, right, in key set. So I'm comparing with those account IDs and then getting the contacts and then delete contact list. Right, so now whenever you are performing delete operation on account, after account is deleting, so I'll get all the contacts and then deleting those contacts also. Okay, so let's try this. So now let me delete the account A1, and then A1 got one contact, that is called A1 contact. So it is also should get deleted, right? So click on delete. Okay. So now let's go to recycle bin. So this is A1 account is deleted, and then go to contacts. So we should see A1 contact at the top because we just created that, right? There is no A1 contact. Recently created, no, it also got deleted. You can go even all contacts here, and then where is A1 contact? No. But actually you don't need to write trigger for this. There is a default functionality. If you delete any account, there is a default functionality. If you delete any account, will corresponding contacts and opportunities will get deleted or not? We have we haven't got any trigger, suppose. So we did not write any trigger. So if I delete account, the corresponding contact and opportunities will get deleted or not? Yes. What is the relationship between them? Is it a lookup relationship or master details relationship between these objects? We have lookup relationship only. So without giving account, we can create contact, of course. Without giving account also, we can create opportunity. That means this is not master details. This is lookup relationship. But if you delete account, the corresponding contacts and opportunities also should get deleted automatically. There is option called cascade delete. Cascade delete. That option is available for these objects. If it is not master detail, if it is not master details relationship also, in this case, if you delete the account, the corresponding contacts and opportunities will get deleted. So cascade delete is enabled for these objects. You don't need to write a trigger, for deleting all the contacts while deleting the account. So write a trigger for our custom objects. I told you now. So whenever you are deleting faculty, delete corresponding courses also. Okay. So use after delete event, and then please do this example. Okay, so now let's go with the after undelete operation. That means if any record is there in recycle bin, so if you undelete any record, what will happen after you undelete the record? So after undelete, there is no before undelete event. We have 7 trigger events, right? The 7th one is after undelete. Okay, so now let me go to faculty 1. Okay, so faculty 1 is teaching SQL course here. Let me delete FAC1, and then let's go to courses, and then I'm deleting SQL course also. Okay, so go to recycle bin. Now you can see both records are in recycle bin. Yes, they got deleted. My requirement is once you undelete faculty data, once you undelete faculty record, from recycle bin. If any course records are existed with this faculty, so I want to undelete that course records also. So faculty 1 teaching SQL, right? So if you undelete the faculty, the corresponding child records also should get undeleted. I don't want to again restore again the SQL course. So I'm repeating once again. If you undelete the faculty teaching courses are any in recycle bin, I want to undelete them automatically. Okay, that is my requirement. So let me restore them back. I'll do that after creating a trigger. So go to file, new, Apex trigger, trigger number 15 on faculty. So after undelete. So what trigger context variable I should use for after undelete? Trigger.new or trigger.old? I have to use trigger.new only after undelete also. For each faculty, in trigger.new, so list of courses, course list equals to select id comma name from course where faculty underscore c equals to colon f dot id, and then I have to give all rows if you want to check in recycle bin. If you want to check in recycle bin, you have to give all rows, right? Select id comma name comma faculty underscore c, and then I want to undelete these courses also. Okay, so what I'm doing here, so after you undelete any faculty, I'm checking if any course records are existed in the recycle bin by giving all rows, right? And then performing the undelete operation. So if you give all rows, then it will check in recycle bin also. Okay, so now let's execute this. Go to faculty and then let's delete this faculty 1. And then go to courses, delete this SQL course also. So go to recycle bin. So if I restore faculty 1, if I restore faculty 1, if I undelete faculty 1, so SQL also should get undeleted, right? If my trigger does work properly, so SQL also should get undeleted. Let's see now. So click on undelete button. So where is SQL here? So I'm restoring, I'm undeleting faculty, but where is SQL? It is also got undeleted. So let's go to faculty. I got faculty 1 or faculty 3. Okay, faculty 1 is restored back, and then if I go to course, you can see SQL also restored, because here I am performing the undelete operation on courses also. If any are there in the recycle bin with that course, but with that faculty, that courses also will be undeleted. Same, you can perform the same. So if you delete the faculty, the courses also should get deleted. If you undelete the faculty, the corresponding courses also should get undeleted. So you can perform both after update, after delete, after undelete. This is not the master details relationship, right? Yes, between faculty and course, there is no master details relationship. If you want to make it work like master details relationship, so you can put after delete and after undelete. So after you delete the faculty, delete all the corresponding courses. The same way, after you undelete the faculty, just restore the corresponding courses. But here, you know what you have to do here. You know, this is complete wrong approach. There are there is one SOQL statement and one DML operation is inside the for loop. So please eliminate this. You know how to do that. Now let's go to recursive trigger. So what is the recursive trigger? While executing a trigger, it causes other trigger to fire, or in the same object or in the other object, and that will fire again the first trigger, and the first trigger will fire again the second trigger, or the same trigger will be fired multiple times. So it will go into the infinite loop. The trigger will be fired repeatedly. So how to stop the recursive trigger? How to stop the recursive trigger? So we have to declare one static boolean variable. We have to declare one static boolean variable, and then we have to avoid infinite loop. So let's write one trigger here, which will give you the recursiveness. Go to file, new apex trigger, trigger number 16 on account. Or let's go with the contact apex trigger. Just go to contact. We have written a lot of triggers on account, right? So let's go with the after update. For each contact, see in trigger.new. Let me declare one ID variable here. So contact ID equals to c.id. And then now let me get another contact, select id comma name from contact, where id not equals to contact id limit 1, and then contact dot email equals to something abc at the rate gmail.com, and then update the contact. Okay, so control S to save. So line number 3, for each contact see in trigger.new, right? So id contact id. So where is the problem? I think here we have to give colon because we are comparing with the variable, right? Yeah, that's it. So here we are comparing with the variable. We have to put equals to colon if we are comparing with the variable, right? So I am giving not equals to. So we have to put colon here. Colon was missing. Okay. So now how it will work? So whenever you are updating contact, I'm getting that contact ID in CON ID variable, and then I'm getting other contact which is not that contact. So if ID not equals to that contact ID, so I'm getting other contact, and then I'm updating that contact too. Okay, so now let's go and update one contact record here. Let's go to our application. So let's go to contacts here, click on new button. So test contact, or it is after update, right? So you can go to the existing contact. So I'm updating the contact title and click on save. So this is the recursive trigger. So I got the exception and I could not even save. If you look at here, so maximum trigger depth exceeded. Contact trigger event after update. So contact trigger event after update, 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 again after update. See how many times it is recursively doing. So we have to stop these kind of recursive triggers. So if you look at our trigger here, so I'm here updating Gensar account. So while updating Gensar account, after updating the Gensar account, suppose it is getting other account record, and then we are updating that. We are getting other contact here, and then we are updating that contact here. Gensar contact we are updating, right? Sorry. So while we are updating Gensar contact, we are getting here other contact record and updating that contact. So after updating this contact, again this trigger will fire, right? And then we are getting other contact here, that contact is updating. So while you are updating that contact, again this trigger will fire. So while firing this trigger, we are getting another contact here and then updating that contact. While updating this contact, whenever you are updating contact, this trigger will fire, right, automatically. So again this trigger will fire. So while we are firing this trigger, again we are getting some other contact here, we are updating that contact. So while updating this contact, again this trigger will fire. So while firing this trigger, while executing this trigger, we are getting some other contact and we are updating that contact. So like this, it will go into the infinite loop. So it will go into the recursiveness. So how do we stop this recursive triggers? Just we have to create one boolean static variable and then we can stop these recursive triggers. So let me create one class here, file a new apex class, and then create one variable here, public static boolean flag equals to true. So my boolean variable name I have given as flag equals to true. This is a boolean variable. So come to your code and here you have to check, right? If recursiveness dot flag equals to true, then this logic will fire only once. Then here you can make recursiveness class dot flag equals to false. Okay. So if it is equal to true, flag equal to true, then it will come into this if condition and then this logic will become true. Sorry, this logic will execute and then the flag will become false. The next time it is iterating, right? So this flag we already made as false. So it won't execute second time. So go to our contact, then I'll click on save button. Is it not saving? So this is true we have defined, right? So we are making this one as false here. Okay. Now it is saved. Right, so it will execute only once by checking that boolean variable. So if it is true by default, it is true, right? So then it will enter into this if condition and then this logic will execute and we are making this as a false inside the if condition. Then next time while it is iterating, next time it will check the condition. So we made it as false, so it won't satisfy this if condition and then it won't enter into this block. Okay, this is a way of stopping recursive triggers. Just you have to declare one static boolean variable. Either if you make it as, if you take it as false here, then you have to make here true. Either you can take it as false or true and then you have to make the other way here. Okay, so now let's go to our account. So click on new button an account. So now please create one field called number of contacts. So please create one field called number of contacts here. So if we give here 5 while creating a new account, so 5 contacts should get inserted automatically. If I give here 10, 10 contacts should be inserted automatically. So in this field, what number you are giving, so that many contacts should be inserted in the contact object. Can you try this? So you have to go with the after insert event. I'm giving the event also because you need to get the ID of the account, right? Then you have to go with the after insert only. Or maybe you can do one more. If you are feeling this as a difficult one, just you can give one checkbox here. So just contact checkbox or account checkbox. Sorry, not account, opportunity checkbox. So if you check contact and opportunity, then default contact, just one contact record, one opportunity record should get created. So this is after inserting. So while you are updating, if you uncheck the checkbox, the created contact should get deleted. Or while updating, if you uncheck this opportunity checkbox, the created opportunity should get deleted. Okay, so please try this. And we are going to see little complicated ones tomorrow. We are seeing very basic triggers. Still go with the some advanced triggers, something like this. Okay, any doubts from today's class?